everyone, welcome to a new video. This one's going to be a Q&A because I thought why not just do a quick, casual, fun Q&A. I get some questions on Instagram and YouTube that kind of fall into the same themes, and I thought I'll just do a video and answer all of them in one go. So let's get started. Okay, I have all my questions here on my phone. The first question is, where am I based? I live in Manchester, United Kingdom. Before this I was in Sydney, and before that I was in Auckland. I often get the question, how did I end up in the UK? Because obviously coming from Sydney, you wouldn't think anyone would want to come to Manchester. But Pratik got transferred from his company in Sydney to his office here in Warrington, which is close to Manchester. And when we were looking to move, we had the option of either going to Liverpool or to live in Manchester. And at that time, from what we knew, we decided we will stick to Manchester. I was not at all keen to move. Like, I was really reluctant and very hesitant, and I absolutely adored my life in Sydney. I am a very sun-loving person. I like my outdoorsy life, so Sydney was perfect and I did not want to move. But change teaches you a lot. If you can go through a difficult change and still come out on top of it on the other end, then you've learned a lot and you've grown a lot as a person. So highly recommend, if you ever get an opportunity to go anywhere, to try a different country, a new experience, a new job, then take it, because you will grow a lot as a person. That was a really long answer to a small question. Next one is, what do I do for a living? Okay, I am a management consultant working for EY or Ernst & Young, and I work specifically in this space called performance improvement. So that means, I'm an engineer by background, by the way. I studied chemical engineering, so I go into clients and into companies and help them improve their operational performance. That's kind of the high-level summary of what I do. Although I'm based in Manchester and my home office here is Manchester, I could be anywhere in the UK, but depending on where my clients are and where they send me on projects. So initially I worked out of south of England in a place called Portsmouth, which is close to, you might have heard of the town Southampton. And every week I was there working, and I'd come back home on the weekends. I did that for a very good part of the year. And then I was based in Cardiff in Wales, and then more recently I've been working in Leeds and Birmingham. So yeah, all over the country, and my head office is in London, so I have to go down to London at least once a month, if not more. I should also mention that Pratik and I also have a side hustle, which we actually started with my mum about a year and a half ago. So it's called My Scarf Affair, and basically we sell Russian scarves of really high quality silk and wool. And yeah, it's been going on for a year and a half. I will drop a link of the website somewhere here on the screen. We also have an Instagram page and a YouTube page, so if you get a chance, check it out and let me know what you think. Next question is, how do we travel with full-time work? This question as well I get quite often. I mean, we get the same amount of leave as anyone else does, so you know that we both have full-time jobs, and we both, in the UK basically, everyone is entitled to 25 days of leave in the year. And I have the option as well to buy extra leave if I want, so I make sure I do that every year, because it depends on what your priorities are. If you really are into traveling and you want to travel, then you will make sure that you do that. So that's kind of what Pratik and I do. We have travel very up in our life priorities, and so I buy that extra leave, and Pratik has the option of working overtime and accumulating some extra leave that way, and that's what we utilize. But really, I mean, if you think about it, you have to be smart with how you plan your trips out. So what we do is we've been focusing mainly in Europe in terms of our trips, and the flights really aren't that long. Like, the max you would travel is maybe 2.5–4 hours. On average it's about 2 to 3 hour flights, so which means you can really maximize your weekends. We tend to take a day off, like on a Friday or a Monday, which means you get a long weekend, and we make sure we travel around public holidays, any kind of long weekends coming up, so you maximize where you can go in that period. And we space our trips out, so rather than doing big holidays, we do lots of smaller holidays, so it looks like we're traveling a lot, which we are. You get to pretty much experience a new place every month or so, which is fantastic. I'll really enjoy that. Okay, How do I take photos? I'm guessing these are Instagram photos. I basically just use, actually I use my phone. So 90% of the photos taken on my Instagram are through my Samsung S6, and I don't really edit my photos too much. I like them to be quite natural. Probably all I do is I increase the brightness, so I like the photos to be quite bright and light and airy, and I touch up the contrast and saturation a little bit. So I use apps like Afterlight, and I use, I think it's called ViscoCam. I use those two apps, and I literally like only touch them up by a notch just to bring out the colors a little bit and to bring out the structure of the photo a little bit, and that's it. That's basically my photos. The last question is, how do I make my travel movies? I use my Canon G7X, which is the camera I'm actually shooting this video on, to shoot all my videos, all my travel movies. I think maybe rarely I might use the GoPro as well to shoot some clips, especially if we're on or near water. But yeah, most of my videos are shot on this, and I transfer them onto my laptop then, and I use this, it's basically a software that comes with MacBooks. It's called iMovies, so I do all my editing on the iMovies. So really, you don't need anything fancy. I mean, if you wanted to start doing videos tomorrow, you absolutely can. In fact, my very early videos, if you go to my YouTube channel and go right to like the oldest videos, they were all shot on this phone. I didn't even have a camera back then, and I used to just like hold this and like shoot everything and then come back and yeah, edit it on my iMovie. So you don't need any fancy equipment. If you want to do it, you can do it too. That's basically all the questions. If you have any other questions, let me know. Put them down in the comment box below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!